Welcome to the Bible in 1 Year with Melissa Sykes. Today is September 2nd. The author of Chronicles records the genealogy of the priesthood from Aaron to Jehozadak. 1 Chronicles chapter 6. Of the 22 generations, 2 receive special attention. Azariah was the first priest to serve in Solomon's temple after it was built. Jehozadak was Judah's final priest and went into exile when the temple was destroyed. These 2 priests served during the grandest height and the lowest depth of Judah's history. The prophet Haggai begins his prophecy by mentioning Jehozadak's son, Jeshua, the high priest who was strategic in the rebuilding of the temple after the 70-year Babylonian exile. The story of the temple isn't over yet, neither is the story of the priesthood, nor of the kingdom. Jacob envisioned this when he spoke of the coming leader. The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from his descendants, until the coming of the one to whom it belongs, the one whom all nations will honor. Genesis chapter 49, verse 10. The tribes east of the Jordan. 1 Chronicles chapter 5, verses 18 through 26. There were 44,760 capable warriors in the armies of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. They were all skilled in combat and armed with shields, swords, and bows. They waged war against the Hagrites, the Gederites, the Naphasites, and the Nobadites. They cried out to God during the battle, and he answered their prayer because they trusted in him. So the Hagrites and all their allies were defeated. The plunder taken from the Hagrites included 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep and goats, 2,000 donkeys, and 100,000 captives. Many of the Hagrites were killed in the battle because God was fighting against them. The people of Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh lived in their land until they were taken into exile. The half-tribe of Manasseh was very large and spread through the land from Bashan to Baal Hermon, Senir, and Mount Hermon. These were the leaders of their clans: Epher, Ishi, Eliel, Azrael, Jeremiah, Hodaviah, and Jadiel. These men had a great reputation as mighty warriors and leaders of their clans. But these tribes were unfaithful to the God of their ancestors. They worshipped the gods of the nations that God had destroyed. So the God of Israel called King Pul of Assyria, also known as Tiglath-Pileser, to invade the land and take away the people of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh as captives. The Assyrians exiled them to Hala, Habor, Hara, and the Gozan River, where they remain to this day. Aaron's descendants. 1 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 3b. The sons of Aaron were Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. 1 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 49. Only Aaron and his descendants served as priests. They presented the offerings on the altar of burnt offerings and the altar of incense, and they performed all the other duties related to the most holy place. They made atonement for Israel by doing everything that Moses, the servant of God, had commanded them. 1 Chronicles chapter 6, verses 4 through 15. Eleazar was the father of Phinehas. Phinehas was the father of Abishua. Abishua was the father of Buki. Buki was the father of Uzi. Uzi was the father of Zerahiah. Zerahiah was the father of Marioth. Marioth was the father of Amariah. Amariah was the father of Ahitub. Ahitub was the father of Zadok. Zadok was the father of Ahimaaz. Ahimaaz was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Johanan. Johanan was the father of Azariah, the high priest, at the temple built by Solomon in Jerusalem. Azariah was the father of Amariah. Amariah was the father of Ahitub. Ahitub was the father of Zadok. Zadok was the father of Shallum. Shallum was the father of Hilkiah. Hilkiah was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Sariah. Sariah was the father of Jehozadak, who went into exile when the Lord sent the people of Judah and Jerusalem into captivity under Nebuchadnezzar. Descendants of Issachar. 1 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. The 4 sons of Issachar were Tola, Puah, Jashub, and Shimron. The sons of Tola were Uzi, Raphiah, Jeriel, Jemai, Ibsam, and Shemuel. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. At the time of King David, the total number of mighty warriors listed in the records of these clans were 22,600. The son of Uzi was Izariah. The sons of Izrahiah were Michael, Obadiah, Joel, and Ashiah. These 5 became the leaders of clans. All of them had many wives and many sons. So the total number of men available for military service among their descendants was 36,000. The total number of mighty warriors from all the clans of the tribe of Issachar was 87,000. All of them were listed in their genealogical records. Descendants of Benjamin. 1 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 6 through 12. 3 of Benjamin's sons were Bela, Becher, and Jediel. The 5 sons of Bela were Esbon, Uzi, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. The total number of mighty warriors from these clans was 22,034, as listed in their genealogical records. The sons of Becher were Zemirah, Joash, Eleazar, Elionai, Omri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Alameth. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. The total number of mighty warriors and leaders from these clans was 20,200, as listed in their genealogical records. The son of Jediel was Bilhan. The sons of Bilhan were Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Cana, Zethan, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. Each of them was the leader of an ancestral clan. From these clans, the total number of mighty warriors ready for war was 17,200. The sons of were Shupim, and Hupim. Hushim was the son of Aher. Descendants of Naphtali. 1 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 13. The sons of Naphtali were Jaziel, Guni, Jezer, and Shilem. They were all descendants of Jacob's concubine, Bilhah. Descendants of Manasseh. 1 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 14 through 19. The descendants of Manasseh through his Aramaean concubine included Azrael. She also bore Machir, the father of Gilead. Machir found wives for Hupim and Shupim. Machir had a sister named Micah. One of his descendants was Zelophehad, who had only daughters. Machir's wife, Micah, gave birth to a son, whom she named Peresh. His brother's name was Sheresh. The sons of Peresh were Ulam and Rakem. The son of Ulam was Bedan. All these were considered Gileadites, descendants of Machir, son of Manasseh. Machir's sister, Hameleketh, gave birth to Ishhad, Abiezer, and Mela. The sons of Shemida were Ahin, Shechem, Liki, and Aniam. Descendants of Ephraim. 1 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 20 through 29. The descendants of Ephraim were Shuthelah, Bered, Tahath, Eladah, Tahath, Zabad, Shuthelah, Ezer, and Eliad. These 2 were killed trying to steal livestock from the local farmers near Gath. Their father Ephraim mourned for them a long time, and his relatives came to comfort him. Afterward, Ephraim slept with his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. Ephraim named him Beriah because of the tragedy his family had suffered. He had a daughter named Shira. She built the towns of Lower and Upper Beth Horon and Uzan Shira. The descendants of Ephraim included Repha, Resheph, Tela, Tahan, Ladan, Amihud, Elishama, Nun, and Joshua. The descendants of Ephraim lived in the territory that included Bethel and its surrounding towns to the south, Naran to the east, Gezer and its villages to the west, and Shechem and its surrounding villages to the north, as far as Aiah and its towns. Along the border of Manasseh were the towns of Bethshan, Tanakh, Megiddo, Dor, and their surrounding villages. The descendants of Joseph, son of Israel, lived in these towns. Descendants of Asher. 1 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 30 through 40. The sons of Asher were Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah. They had a sister named Sarah. The sons of Beriah were Heber and Malchiel, the father of Berziath. The sons of Heber were Japhlet, Shomer, and Hotham. They had a sister named Shua. The sons of Japhlet were Pesach, Bilham, and Ashvath. The sons of Shomer were Ahi, Raga, Huba, and Aram. The sons of his brother Helam were Zophah, Imnah, Shelesh, and Amal. The sons of Zophah were Sua, Harnephar, Shul, Beri, Imrah, Bezer, Had, Shema, Shilsha, Ithran, and Bera. The sons of Jether were Jepunah, Pispa, and Era. The sons of Eula were Era, Haniel, and Rizia. Each of these descendants of Asher was the head of an ancestral clan. They were all select men, mighty warriors, and outstanding leaders. The total number of men available for military service was 26,000, as listed in their genealogical records. Descendants of Benjamin. 1 Chronicles chapter 8, verses 1 through 28. Benjamin's first son was Bela, the second was Ashbel, the third was Ahara, the fourth was Noha, and the fifth was Rapha. The sons of Bela were Adar, Gera, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahoa, Gera, Shephufan, and Huram. The sons of Ehud, leaders of the clans living at Geba, were exiled to Manahath. Ehud's sons were Naaman, Ahijah, and Gera. Gera, who led them into exile, was the father of Uzzah and Ahihud. After Shaharaim divorced his wives Hushim and Bera, he had children in the land of Moab. His wife Hodesh gave birth to Jobab, Zibiah, Mesha, Malcham, Jeuz, Sakiah, and Mirma. These sons all became the leaders of clans. Shaharaim's wife Hushim had already given birth to Abitub and Ephiel. The sons of Ephiel were Eber, Misham, Shemed, who built the towns of Ono and Lod and their nearby villages, Bariah and Shema. They were the leaders of the clans living in Aijalon, and they drove out the inhabitants of Gath. Ahio, Shashak, Jeremoth, Zebediah, Arid, Eder, Michael, Ishpa, and Joah were the sons of Bariah. Zebediah, Meshullam, Hiski, Heber, Ishmeri, Isliah, and Jobab were the sons of Elpal. Jakin, Zikri, Zabdi, Elani, Ziltiah, Eliel, Adiah, Bariah, and Shemrath were the sons of Shimi. Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zikri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elam, Anathashijah, Ifdiah, and Penuel were the sons of Shashak. Shemsharai, Shahariah, Athaliah, Jerushiah, Elijah, and Zikri were the sons of Jeroam. These were the leaders of the ancestral clans. They were listed in their genealogical records, and they all lived in Jerusalem.